You know, in more than 30 years of medical practice, I've met all kinds of people, from former firefighters to lifelong teachers, and they all shared one common belief. As long as I exercise regularly and eat enough protein, my body will stay strong. I understand that. We all grew up hearing advice like that. But once you pass 50, your body doesn't play by the same rules anymore. I still remember John, 68 years old, a man who used to lift weights heavier than guys half his age. He told me, "Doctor, I eat over 100 grams of protein every day, but I'm still getting weaker." I smiled and said, "John, the problem isn't the amount of protein. It's that your body has lost the cement that holds those bricks together." That cement I was talking about is collagen. Collagen is the framework that keeps your muscles firm, your joints smooth, and your skin elastic. When collagen levels drop, no matter how much protein you take in, it's like building a house with bricks but no mortar. It may stand for a while, but eventually it falls apart. And that's why, after 50, so many people exercise faithfully yet still feel weak, shaky, or achy. It's not because you're lazy, it's because your body is crying out for that missing foundation. So remember this: protein builds muscle, but collagen keeps your body strong, and understanding the difference between the two is the real key to healthy aging. Have you ever wondered, if collagen is really that important, how can your body actually absorb it? Because I know many of us have tried everything: collagen pills, powders, even pricey bone broth. Yet we still don't feel much difference. The muscles stay weak, the joints still ache, and the skin keeps wrinkling. Today I want to share with you two special kinds of broths that I like to call the collagen wings. One from the ocean and one from the land. When combined, they can help your body regain strength, flexibility, and a youthful glow like never before. Let's start with the first one: fish skin broth, a secret preserved for over 2,000 years in Eastern medicine. Sometimes the simplest things are the ones we forget the longest. I want you to picture this: a quiet morning. You set a small pot on the stove, not filled with beef or pork bones, but with pieces of fish skin, the part most people throw away. Yet that very discarded part holds a treasure that modern science is only beginning to understand. I once had a patient named Susan, 67 years old. She told me that despite eating healthy and walking every day, her body still felt weak, her legs had lost their strength. I suggested she try drinking fish skin broth, just 1 small cup a day. 6 months later, she walked into my clinic looking completely different, steady, strong, and confident. Her muscle test results showed she had gained over 3 pounds of lean mass, all from one simple daily habit. That miracle came from marine collagen, a type of collagen your body absorbs 1.5 times faster than other sources. It seeps into every muscle fiber, every knee joint, every tendon, reducing inflammation and helping the body recover faster after movement. Add a touch of fresh ginger and a pinch of natural sea salt while simmering. It not only enhances absorption, but also gives the broth a gentle, comforting taste. The second one is chicken feet broth, the most powerful source of collagen. I still remember Mrs. Linda vividly, 74 years old, petite, but always worried that her legs weren't as steady as they used to be. She told me that every morning, just stepping down a single stair made her knees crack, like old wooden floorboards. I smiled gently and said, "Linda, sometimes your body is simply reminding you it needs care, the right kind of care, often from the simplest things." Then I shared with her a secret that people in the East have known for thousands of years: chicken feet broth. Don't underestimate this humble remedy. Each small cup can contain 15 to 18 grams of collagen, along with glucosamine and chondroitin, 2 natural compounds that help keep your joints flexible, your muscles strong, and your tissues regenerating. A study in South Korea found that adults over 60 who drank chicken feet broth 3 times a week for just 4 months saw a 28% increase in leg strength and nearly 50% less muscle pain. I often call this broth the land's collagen. It works slowly, steadily, but deeply and durably, and when you combine it with fish skin broth, collagen from the sea, you get the perfect partnership, one that's absorbed quickly like a wave and one that supports you solidly like the earth beneath your feet. Imagine starting each morning with a warm bowl of broth, gently scented with onion and ginger. It's not just nutrition, it's a quiet act of love for your own body. So your legs can keep carrying you for many more years, steady, strong, and full of life. You see, sometimes you don't need any expensive pills at all. Just a simple bowl of warm broth, a little patience, and the belief that nature is still there, quietly waiting for you to return to it. You know, no matter how amazing collagen is, just a few small mistakes in how you combine foods can make all your efforts go to waste. I've seen many people take collagen every single day, yet their bodies still fail to absorb it. Some even feel weaker over time. It's not because they lack discipline or patience, but because they unknowingly pair collagen with the wrong, even opposing, foods. And in the next part, I want to share with you 3 seemingly harmless foods that can completely disrupt your body's ability to rebuild muscle and joint tissue. Foods you may have eaten this very week without realizing it. The first food is white rice. I want you to picture something familiar, a warm, nourishing bowl of soup, rich with collagen from fish skin or chicken feet, and right beside it, a steaming bowl of white rice. It sounds simple, comforting, doesn't it? But sometimes it's these very ordinary habits that quietly make our bodies weaker day by day. One of my patients, Helen, 71, once said to me, "Doctor, I drink my broth every day. Why are my legs still shaky and my arms still soft?" I asked gently, "What do you usually eat it with?" She smiled, "Oh, with white rice." "I've eaten that way all my life." I looked at her and said something most people never expect. That bowl of white rice has taken away nearly 40% of your collagen's benefits. White rice causes your blood sugar to spike. And when blood sugar rises too fast, it creates compounds called glycation products, sticky molecules that attach to your collagen, making your tissues stiff, triggering inflammation, and accelerating muscle breakdown. In other words, you're taking collagen to rebuild your muscles, but destroying it in the same meal. I'm not saying you have to give up the foods you love. Just try swapping white rice for brown rice, quinoa, or even a soft, naturally sweet potato. It's a small change, but sometimes the smallest changes open the biggest doors to better health. The second food is alcohol. I know many people share the same habit. After dinner, they pour a small glass of wine, sit back in front of the TV, and think, just a little won't hurt. I understand that feeling. At this age, sometimes a glass of wine feels like a gentle way to end the day, to let the mind unwind a bit. But I want you to know this. Even that one small glass can quietly take away one of the greatest gifts collagen gives your body. I once had a patient, Robert, 82 years old, a very disciplined man. Every evening he took his collagen and then sipped a little whiskey to help him sleep. 4 months later, he came back and said, "I've been taking it every day, but I don't feel any stronger." When I explained why, he fell silent. Alcohol, even in small amounts, can reduce your body's ability to synthesize muscle protein by up to 37%, and it disrupts the mTOR pathway, the natural system your body uses to repair and rebuild muscle tissue during deep sleep. Have you ever noticed how, after a night of drinking, your sleep feels lighter, and you wake up heavy and sluggish? That's because your muscles didn't get repaired the way they should have. If you're serious about protecting your strength and helping your body heal, give collagen the space it needs to do its work. Just avoid alcohol for about 24 hours before and after taking collagen, and you'll be amazed at how much your body thanks you for it. The third food is bacon. I know, there's nothing quite like the smell of bacon sizzling in a pan to wake up a morning. It brings back memories of warm breakfasts, family gatherings, and younger days. But sometimes the things that feel most comforting are the very ones quietly stealing our health. I once had a patient, Dorothy, 85 years old, and absolutely in love with bacon. Every morning, she'd add a few crispy slices into her collagen broth, thinking it made her breakfast both tastier and healthier. But after 5 months, instead of feeling stronger, her joints were swollen, her muscles ached, and her blood pressure had spiked. When I looked closer, the culprit was right there, in that seemingly harmless food. Bacon is packed with nitrates and phosphates, preservatives that keep it crisp and beautifully colored. But when combined with collagen, they form nitrosamines, toxic compounds that can damage muscle tissue, trigger inflammation throughout the body, and even increase cancer risk. In other words, you're eating something delicious, but it's working against you. If you truly want to care for your body, try swapping bacon for roasted turkey, herb-seasoned chicken, or a slice of seared salmon. Still flavorful, still satisfying, but far healthier. Let your breakfast be the beginning of healing, not a step backward for your health. So now you know the 3 silent saboteurs that can make all your collagen efforts go to waste. But avoiding mistakes isn't enough. Just like planting a seed, collagen also needs to be nourished at the right time to truly grow. Because if you take it at the wrong moment, your body may absorb less than half of what you think it's getting. Now I'm going to share with you the golden hour, the time when collagen works at its absolute best, when just 1 small cup can transform how your body heals, rebuilds, and rejuvenates every single day. I often tell my patients, it's not just what you drink, it's when you drink it that matters. Because collagen isn't magic, it's a quiet craftsman, one that only begins its work when the body opens the door at just the right moment. A recent study found that if you take collagen 30 minutes before a protein-rich meal, your body absorbs nearly twice as many amino acids, the building blocks of muscle. I've seen this firsthand in many of my patients. Richard, age 70, once told me he'd been taking collagen faithfully but didn't notice much change. When he switched his routine, taking it before breakfast instead of after, just 3 weeks later, he called and said, "Doctor, this morning I walked up the stairs without holding the rail." And there's an even more powerful time, right before bed. When you close your eyes, your body doesn't rest, it repairs. That's when growth hormone is most active, rebuilding and regenerating every muscle fiber. Just 1 warm cup of broth at night can boost muscle recovery by up to 25%. So if you truly want collagen to reach its full potential, treat timing as the key that unlocks the door to youthfulness and lasting strength. And there's one more crucial factor, water, the invisible helper that allows collagen to do its job. I want you to imagine this. You've been taking collagen every day, eating well, even exercising regularly. Yet your skin still feels dry, your joints still crack, and your body doesn't seem to absorb anything at all. Have you ever felt that way? I've met so many people like that. They do everything right, except for one small thing almost everyone overlooks. Hydration. Our body is like a garden. Collagen is the seed. But without water, no seed can sprout. When your body is dehydrated, collagen fibers can't form the strong network needed to rebuild muscle, joints, or skin. I often tell my patients, if you're taking collagen but your joints still ache, your skin is dry, or your muscles feel weak, 70% of the time, your body is simply thirsty. So don't just take collagen, drink enough mineral water or light electrolyte water throughout the day. Collagen truly works only when your body is nourished by the simplest things: a deep breath, a good night's sleep, and a sip of pure water. I always tell my patients, there's no magic that makes you young again. Only daily consistency can do that. If you want your legs to stay strong and your body to stay healthy at 60 or 70, start with the simplest things. A cup of fish skin broth in the morning, a bowl of chicken feet broth in the evening. These aren't just foods, they're natural medicine, nourishing every fiber of your muscles. Stay away from the quiet destroyers, white rice, alcohol, and bacon, because they're like small stones tossed into the stream of healing you're trying to build. Beyond that, go to bed a little earlier, take slow walks outdoors, and drink enough water. It may sound simple, right? But that simplicity is the foundation of real strength. I've seen people in their 70s still climbing stairs with ease, simply because they learned how to nourish their bodies with the right habits. And you can do it too, starting today with just a warm cup of broth and a gentle promise to yourself. If you found today's message helpful, please take a moment to hit like, share this video with someone you care about, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I read every single comment because every story, every experience you share becomes part of our journey of learning together. Leave a comment below. Tell me what habits you're using to keep your body strong and full of energy.